Hey guys, and welcome back to our In the Library training series. Today we're going to be going over probably the best function in SmartSuite, which is SmartStocktake. I absolutely love Stocktake, so this is going to be fun. Alrighty, so for those who haven't used SmartStocktake in SmartSuite, we've really gone above and beyond on this function. We've listened to a lot of the feedback that we've got from the Smart Library Stocktake. So we've changed a lot of things, streamlined a lot of the features that you'll see, just to make the stock taking process a lot easier and quicker for everyone. Alright, so let's get into it. From the main menu, you want to go to Stocktake, SmartStocktake. For those who haven't started a Stocktake, your page will look like my page. For those who have played around with it or created their own Stocktakes, they will be listed below here, okay, in this section. Alright, to create a new Stocktake, obviously you want to hit the new button, okay, and it'll ask for some information. So this one's going to be called Senior Library Fiction 2019. Okay, for my example, I'm going to do a section, a sub-location, sorry. But if you've never done a Stocktake, or it's been a while since you've done a Stocktake, I definitely recommend doing a full library Stocktake. Okay, and that way you can get the exact core of your library and what's there and what's not, so that you've got a clean database to play with. But once you've done a full Stocktake, I definitely recommend splitting it up into different sub-locations. So your fiction, non-fiction, storybook, however it is that your library set up, definitely I would look at splitting up the Stocktakes. That way you get an extra clean database, and when you get to reporting and the finance reports, you can actually show what's in each area. Alrighty, start date is always going to be the day you start the Stocktake, and then you want to hit Stocktake filter on the bottom right. Alright, so you have a few options to select from. Very first field is your core number range. Okay, so you can filter out a specific core number range if you want to. You have all your authority files here, and then a barcode creation date. Now that simply will just load up the items in the Stocktake that were created between a date range. I'm just going to do the old school select from our authority files. I want book. Location will be senior library, senior school. And my sub-location will be fiction. Close, and then copy status will be available. Okay. So my filter now is going to bring out everything in the library that has the media of book, the location of senior school, sublocation of fiction, and copy status available. Okay, I'm going to save and hit assign counter. Right, assigning a counter is simply someone that you want to scan into your Stocktake. Okay, it doesn't give them access to any other function within Stocktake or within SmartSuite. Simply just gives them a link to the scan page where they can scan barcodes in. Okay, all you have to do is search their name, change the X to a tick. Okay, they'll then receive an email saying you've been given access. Here's the link to the scan page, and away they go. Alright. If you don't want to assign anyone, you don't have to, it's fine. Just hit that close button at the top right. Alright, so this is my main Stocktake page. This is the page you'll see whenever you load up a Stocktake. existing, or create a new Stocktake as we have. On the left is our filter, okay, fully editable. If you forgot something or you want to add an extra authority file in, we have to just click, select the authority file, like that. It'll go green and it'll appear in the list, and then just hit save. Okay, and if there are items with that sublocation matching everything else, they'll appear in my Stocktake as well. Alrighty. Your statistics located up here. Okay, so this will simply show you a pie chart of what's missing currently, and as you scan items in, you'll get a new color, and that'll be your manual count, and there's another color for system count. Okay, so keep an eye on that. We have that split out into a table here. So total is everything in the Stocktake. Manual count, everything that you've manually scanned into your Stocktake. System count is everything that the system counts for you. That can be creating a new record, okay, with all those fields in the filter, editing an existing record, as well as circulation. Okay, I'll show you how that works. And then you have a barcode list. Okay, so this will just show you what's inside this, or what should be inside this Stocktake. Okay. What I'll show you now is these buttons over here. Okay, if you hover over them, they will pop up a little description, as you can see. Okay, I'm going to hit enter barcodes. So this is where you'll go to start scanning your barcodes in to the library, into the Stocktake, sorry. Alright, very simple page. By default, you have quick scan enabled. Now quick scan just means that it allows you to scan items in, and if there is an error, you'll hear a noise, okay, which is different to the successful scans, but you can keep scanning through and edit the errors later on. If you disable quick scan, you'll have a pop-up appear straight away, requesting that you either ignore the error or fix the error. Okay. Upload file allows you to upload a text document with your barcodes in it. So if you have a barcode scanner that will store the barcodes on the scanner itself, you can then export them to a text file, upload that file, and it'll scan all those items into the Stocktake for you. And you have a little test sound button. Okay. I did hear the sound, so you can just make sure that you got those sounds working for you. Okay, again, you got your statistics. There's our table, there's our pie, and your errors list will appear there. Alright, so let's scan a few items in. Let's go back and grab one from here. Okay, scan it in. Okay, it comes up green, all good, nothing wrong with it. Alright, if I scan a different one in, let's see if that works. Okay, perfect. It comes up red. Again, because quick scan is on, I don't get the pop-up. Alright, but it tells me there's an issue with this one. Total comes up red. Error is located again in the bottom right. Alright, now what I can do with this is, if it is in fact incorrect, I can put that aside to be placed in its proper area. Or if it is correct and it's been catalogued incorrectly for whatever reason, if I click on any of these fields here, I get a pop-up. Okay, and my errors are located here, and each section that is errored will appear red like that. Okay, I can select from my drop down senior library, or senior school, sorry. Sublocation will be fiction. Okay, so I've made the change there. I hit update catalog, it saves the record for me, and I can put that back in the shelf. Okay, so you do have the option to edit records on the fly as you're scanning them in. Alright, if say copy status came up on loan, again it'll come up as an error. I have a barcode here somewhere. B. Okay, you can see Hobbit. It has the right location, the right sublocation, but my copy status is wrong, and that's the error there. Alright. So what I'll do is show you what a system count looks like now. So if I open up circulation, return that item. Okay, it's been returned. I can then come back to my Stocktake, just hit save to refresh it. Okay, you can see I've got one system count now. Alright, so I can filter out my system counts. Hit the refresh. Counted by circulation. It was returned on this day. Okay. So that's how system count works. It'll do it automatically for you as you're returning items or creating new items in the library. Okay, if I go back here, okay, but I can just keep on scanning items into my Stocktake here. I'll just show you, scan a few more. And I can keep scanning them in. I've got a few hobbits in this Stocktake. Alright. So that's scanning items into your Stocktake. Very simple. And having the ability to update the errors on the fly, again, is very, very easy to do. Okay, we'll go back to our main Stocktake page. Alright. The third button along is your reports and management button. Okay, I'll just quickly go in here. Now, this is where you'll run up some reports on your Stocktake. You've got your filter here. It's the main area you'll be working with. Okay, and you've got a few different options. To be counted. Hit the little refresh list. That is what's missing, what needs to be counted in the library. Okay. Your manual count is what's manually being scanned in. System count is what the system has counted for you, and again, it will tell you why the system counted it. Wrong counted. Okay, this is what has incorrectly been scanned into the Stocktake, so anything that doesn't belong or a barcode that doesn't exist. Sometimes people scan the ISBN, so they will appear here. Okay, and then your finance report. Finance report's pretty cool. It's good to show what items been lost or damaged by kids. What that costs. Okay, so you've got the very first field, which is all, which is everything in the Stocktake. Okay, the total price and the price replacement cost. Sorry, what's missing, total price and replacement, and what's been counted, total price and replacement. Okay, then if you had multiple copy statuses in your report, sorry, in your Stocktake, you can then filter out the copy statuses there. Okay. Now I do want to show you one thing that is useful, which is the treatise counted. Okay, if I go to be counted, refresh my list. Okay, let's pretend that I saw this book here. Okay, the book title is 10. I saw this in my office, but I don't want to actually walk over, pick it up, bring it over to scan it into the Stocktake. Okay, so I can tick the item using the tick box. This treatise counted button here, click that. Okay, it asks me all selected barcodes. Yep, I only selected one. It's showing one there. I'm happy. Yes, confirm update. Okay, it's counted that item for me. Okay, so it saves me having to walk over there, pick it up, scan it, and then take it back. Okay, same thing can happen for like if you have TVs on the wall. You can see the TV, it's got a barcode on it, but you can't get to the TV because it's too high. Okay, you can just tick it, treatise counted, and then the system will go, yep, that item's been counted. Okay, so that's how the treatise counted works. It's a pretty cool little function there. Just gives you the ability to count items that you've seen, that you can't get to, stuff like that. Alright, you do have the option to search for items within your filter. Okay, so if I select all, and I was doing a full library Stocktake, instead of scrolling through each one of these lists to try and find something, I could just run up a search. And it loads up everything according to my search bar. Alright. So that's your little reporting section. On the right here you have a global change function. Alright, so it allows you to change just these fields that you see here. So your media, copy status, active status, location, sublocation, and site. Now, the way it works is you'll run up a report. So let's say I've completed my Stocktake. I want to change all the missing items to lost. Okay, I select my to be counted, which is missing. Refresh my list and there's only 3. Okay, looked everywhere, can't find them. Then now, so what I'm going to do is just go, yep, I'm going to mark them as lost. That way, if they do come in from return, when I scan it in the return page, it'll pop up saying, you know, it was marked as lost. Do you want me to reactivate it? Just say yes. Now, I do highly recommend before you change anything using your global change function that you print or export your to be counted or missing report. That way you have a little list for later on if you need to go back and check it. Because once we change the copy status, it removes it from our Stocktake. Because again, our filter only has available in the option. Okay, you can go back to your main Stocktake filter and add the copy status so you can check what's been removed. Okay, but I do just recommend printing or exporting this list before you continue to your change. Okay, so once I've printed or exported this list of to be counted items, so my missing items, I come to the right side of my screen and I decide what I'm going to be changing. Okay, for this I'm only going to be changing the copy status, and that's just from available to lost. Now what you need to remember is you can also change locations to sublocations. Okay, so if you did a whole section that was incorrect for whatever reason, you can bulk change the locations and sublocations if you need to. Okay, but I'm only going to be changing the copy status. Okay, so all I have to do is click on my copy status. I have existing copy statuses here. One I created before I started was Lost Senior Library 2019. You can create them via putting this in here. Okay, and then hitting the plus button. It'll go, doesn't it already exist? Do you want to add it? Yes. Okay, and there's my new copy status. Okay, but I'm going to be using this one. Okay, once I've selected what I want changed, hit the little pencil and paper here, and it gives me a little pop-up. Same pop-up we get for the treat as counted. Okay, and if you read the red text, it says all selected barcodes 0. Okay, that's because I didn't tick any of the tick boxes on the items in the report. But what I did do is I filtered them out. So if I select barcodes by filter, it says all barcodes 3. Okay, now if I look in the background, there are 3 barcodes or 3 titles there, and that's correct. So we'll type in yes to confirm. 3 barcodes are updated and they're now removed. Okay, so they've been updated to have the new copy status of Lost Senior Library 2019. Okay, but because I printed that, I've got a list out there of what has been changed. Okay, so that's reporting in your SmartStocktake. Again, very simple. There is now a close Stocktake button. Now the close Stocktake button will only appear for those who have created the Stocktake. Okay, so if I created the Stocktake and Rob logs in and tries to scan items in or do stuff on my Stocktake, he can because he's an admin. But he can never close my Stocktake because he didn't create the Stocktake. Okay, so just remember, as long as you created a Stocktake, you're the only one who can close that Stocktake. Okay, that's just so that if you have staff working on some days and you work on the other days, you come in, your Stocktake's closed, you don't know what happened. So we've just decided to have the owner of the Stocktake have the ability to close the Stocktake. Okay, now closing the Stocktake, if you hit close, your close date, which is the date that you closed it, and then all your uncounted item statuses. Now, I've already marked all my missing items as lost, but if you don't want to do that way, you want to close the Stocktake, it will request that you change the copy status of any of the missing items. Okay, so from the drop down it works the same as change does. You can add a new one or select from the drop down, type in yes, and then hit confirm and close Stocktake. I don't want to close it because I want to continue using my Stocktake. Okay, if you do close the Stocktake, it locks the Stocktake out, so no longer will items be counted into the Stocktake. If you create new items or update the catalog records, if you return an item, okay, it will pop up saying that the item copy status is lost. Once you update it, it'll count that into the Stocktake. So I would only really close the Stocktake once I'm 100% sure these books are gone. I'm happy to even delete them from the system. Okay, so I'll just leave them open. Okay, and that just means not closing by pushing that button. Okay, so a few other buttons I want to quickly run you through. Shelf label. If you have people helping you scanning items in, you can print off a shelf label, stick that on the shelf. They scan that with their mobile device or iPad, and it will open that scan page up for them, and then you have your assigned Stocktake scanners here as well. Okay, so that's Stocktake in a nutshell. It's a quick video, but it's a very simple function to use. Again, all you need to do is hit your scan and scan those barcodes in. Alright, so if you do have any questions or need any help with the Stocktake, just give us a call on our number, email us through the mailbox. If you're in Queensland and you want some help, I'm happy to come out because I love Stocktake. But it's very simple, and I have faith in everyone that you will be able to smash out a Stocktake. But anyway, I really appreciate you guys jumping in and watching our videos. As always, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any of our videos that we upload in the future. Next week is going to be a pretty special one. Same time Wednesday at 1 p.m. We're going to be doing a video on V3. Okay, so that's our next update. It's going to be a little teaser video next week, and the week after we're doing a little bit more on it, just so you guys get a look and feel of what's to come. You guys can also decide whether or not you want to opt in for the upgrade. But yeah, we're really looking forward to putting out those videos, so stay tuned. As always, I really do appreciate you guys jumping in and watching our videos. Thanks, guys.